This is the LaBrea tar pits in Los Angeles, California. We're going to look at some of these animals that apparently have gone extinct over time. So when you come in, obviously you have your section where you could buy things, but let's continue and let's see what we have. There's all sorts of different things here at the tar pits. So these are black bones from a pit. So apparently they got all these different bones from different organisms that have died. Let's see what we have here. So block of bones from pit 81. So these are the different bones. Let's see if I can get a better angle for you all. These are the different bones of animals that died in the tar pits here. And these have been excavated out. So that's kind of cool. Let's see what else. They have a 3D theater here if you want to see anything. And the nice thing is this is a good place to take kids. Lots of children here. This is kind of a layout of what they assume. I don't believe in evolution, so a lot of this stuff I don't believe in. But the point is just to take you all through a tour and take a look here. This is the American, I don't know how you say that, Schmither-tooth cat. So it was like a saber-tooth cat, but apparently a little bit different. Obviously, that doesn't have the canines that are as large, but if you take a look there, you can kind of see that looks like a modern-day mountain lion, just bigger. Now that is an Ice Age bear, if I'm not mistaken, and if you could look, you could see these people here. That's a very, very, very large animal. What are some fun facts about it? The giant Ice Age bear. Giant Ice Age bear. So this is an estimate of what scientists kind of think the bear would have been in height based off the skull. Is this skull like a replica?
This is a bronze cast of an actual skull.
It is. So this is a bronze cast of an actual skull. So that's how big the skull actually was. It's a big animal, huh?
Short-faced bear, yeah.
Wow.
They were the largest meat eater in North America during the Ice Age.
Largest meat eater in North America during the Ice Age? It's a good thing they're extinct, huh? Wait, how big is a polar bear? Not this big.
No, not this big. They were about 12, 13 feet.
That's a big animal.
Big animal.
Okay, thanks so much. This is an actual cast iron of the actual skull. Very cool. Oh. So this is another short-faced bear here. I guess they're doing a tour, so let's see if we could skip on.
They're located at the front of the museum, right by the ticket desk. Now, with all of that out of the way, we are ready to get started. So here at LaBrea Tar Pits, we have a world-class fossil collection that brings folks from all over the world, not only to study our fossil collection, but just see what's so incredible about Ice Age Los Angeles. In fact, one of the only urban Ice Age fossil sites found anywhere in the world. What does all that mean? Well, all the fossils found here date between 10,000 to about 55,000 years old during a period of time we call the late Pleistocene, specifically during the last glacial maximum, or what we call the Ice Age. So unfortunately, no dinosaurs. Let's get that out of the way right now. No dinosaurs have been found at the LaBrea Tar Pits. No T-Rex, Ornithodomus Rex, Sorvelopithecus, whatever they make up in Jurassic World nowadays. But we have animals such as a horse, short-faced bear, saber cats and groundhogs, Colombian mammoths, American mastodons, all these incredible animals that once called, and horses, exactly. All these incredible animals that once called LA home. And all the fossils in this museum have been found right here in Hancock Park, right in the middle of big.
Okay, let's move on. It's probably going to be a long tour. So these are the front teeth of these are the tusk of a woolly mammoth. So that is a really, really large animal there. And they put this one like in a plaster, I guess, to preserve it. If we come up here, and there's over 3.5 million fossils in this museum. So quite a bit. So this looks like a saber-toothed cat. This looks like a saber-toothed cat and a sloth. So let's see what else we have. This is the skeleton of a short-faced bear. So I didn't realize they have so many fossils here. Let's see what else. And then this is, I guess, where the scientists dig stuff up and find different things. So it says, to your left is the tibia of a juvenile ground sloth. Okay. I don't know what they got in there. Looks like a skull of a woolly mammoth. So this is where they're just digging things up. This is really cool. As you can see here, they've got quite a collection of different animal species here. This is really, really cool. And this is where the scientists work, apparently. So let's see what else we can find here at this museum. So if we come down this way, this is the saber-toothed cat. These are the skeletons here. And if we continue on, let's see what else we find. These look like the skulls of the dire wolf. I guess these are all the different skulls they found here? Wow, that is quite a bit. Are all these actual skulls?
Yes.
So these were all found here? Yes. Wow, that's a lot of wolves. And these are all dire wolves.
They're about a little over 400 here, but that's not anywhere near the total that's been found here.
Wow.
That's the most,
how many do they have here?
several thousand.
Wow.
It's the most commonly found animal.
Really?
That the tar pits
Are dire wolves? Really? Oh, wow. I was like, why did they put the same... At first I thought it was the same one. I was like, why would they put the same one up so many times?
They vary, obviously.
Yeah. When you look at it closely, you
Different
can...
skulls have different, some of them have
Yeah.
injuries, some of them are missing teeth, some,
Sure.
variety.
And this is what the size of the dire wolf?
Yes.
So it wasn't that big.
No, a little bigger.
I mean, that's like
little bigger
that looks
than
like a
wolves.
big dog.
Well, it's a little bigger than wolves today.
Oh, that's bigger than a wolf today?
I think a little bit.
Okay. It says the dire wolf was closer related to the timber wolf.
Well, that's old news, I'm afraid.
Is it? What's the
Well,
what did
theory-
scientists change now?
They now believe that, although they're all canines,
Uh-huh.
is that the modern wolves kind of go a line like this, and the dire wolves were like a line like over here.
Oh.
So they were pretty much their own line.
Oh,
And
really?
they aren't, directly
Okay.
related to the modern wolves. The
Oh.
animal that the scientists now believe is the closest living relative of the dire wolf is a jackal.
A jackal?
Yeah.
Jackals in Africa?
Right?
Really?
Yeah, which is amazing to me. But that's
How
what
did they
say.
get that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Sometimes I wonder, how did these... 'cause Pluto was a planet just recently, and then it became now it's a star. I don't know what it's called. So I was like, how did they get it decided? For years in the school books, Pluto's a planet.
Right.
And I guess all right. You
Yeah, let's take a guess why we have so many dire wolves here. Why we found so many dire wolves?
was there a couple different packs here, and they all got stuck in the tar?
Well, you're on the right track.
Okay.
But what happened, we believe, is that
Uh-huh.
one of the giant herbivores, like the mammoths or the giant sloths or
Uh huh.
what have you, would get stuck.
Oh, and they would come and eat the dead body.
And then, since dire wolves would hunt, they believe, in packs similar to modern wolves,
Oh.
they'd all descend on the one big herbivore,
Oh.
and then they'd get stuck.
Oh.
So for every herbivore bone we find 9 carnivore bones.
That makes sense. So if the mammoth was dead or dying, they'd come to get a feast, but then they indirectly would get stuck.
Well,
That would
they
make
get stuck.
that would make sense why there's so many.
Exactly.
Because that's quite a bit, a couple thousand.
I think it's even more than that now. We're still finding them.
That makes sense. So sloths and the mammoths get stuck. They come to eat them, but then they indirectly
They
get stuck.
Or like we see the birds here. The birds, the
Oh.
extinct birds.
What's your favorite bird over there?
Well, the big one is the Territory, the one that's hanging from the ceiling.
Okay, I'll have to get that
That's,
one.
That's extinct, but had a wingspan of about 10 to 12 feet.
10 to 12 feet. Wow.
You
Cool.
know, they used to descend on the carcasses,
Uh-huh.
and same thing, they'd get stuck.
That makes sense.
So we found more prehistoric Ice Age bird bones here than anywhere else in the world.
Really?
Principally because the asphalt that
Mhm.
you see here, seeping up here, sort of protects the bone.
It's like a preservative.
It's a preservative. It seeps into the bone because bird bones are very fragile. Very
Right.
thin, very fragile.
Right.
You know, like of course, dinosaurs are vastly older.
Right.
Millions and millions of years. But what happens with a real fossil is from all the pressure of the rock, the fossil bone actually turns into rock.
Wow.
So the dinosaur bones are rock, but these are much newer, and they're still, what we find here are still really bones.
Wow.
And the only reason we find so many birds here, unlike other places, is because of the asphalt. It
Makes
actually
sense.
is protective of the very fragile bird.
Wow.
So we find 140 different bird species.
Cool. You should do tour. Do you do the tours?
I don't do the tour, but
You're knowledgeable. You
I
know.
move around.
Oh, okay. Can you tell me about some of the birds?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm making a little educational.
No, I figured as much.
Yeah. So I was just reading off of it, but you're way more knowledgeable than
No,
I am.
we every half hour we switch.
Oh, okay. All right. What do we got
It's
here?
not too busy.
Okay, cool.
But these are
Uh-huh.
examples of the extinct birds that have been found here.
Okay, this is a giant condor.
It really is. That's actually not quite accurate anymore. Some of these are pretty old.
These models.
Printing.
Okay.
Now, these aren't models. I mean, the vast majority of the bones you see here are real.
Well, these are real bones. A lot of them.
Most of them. Sometimes there's a
Oh.
little piece or something.
Sure. Okay, I thought they were all just replicas.
Oh no.
Oh, is it the same with the mammoths?
Yeah, pretty much.
Those are real bones. Some of them are real.
Mostly.
Okay.
Mostly.
I thought they were all just replicas.
The tusks aren't real. They'd be too heavy if they were real.
They'd probably break, huh?
Oh, they're unbelievably heavy.
Really?
But we found 140 different bird species here,
Okay, 140 different bird species.
and of which 23 are extinct.
23 of these bird species are now extinct.
And the ones you see here are examples of the ones that went extinct.
Ah. Brea condor.
Some of
Okay.
them are, obviously related to the
The-
California condor.
Right.
A lot of them are related to
Modern day eagles. Right.
in fact, the most common bird that is found here is a golden eagle, which is still around.
A golden. Yeah, they still
They're not
exist, right?
extinct. Yeah, yes, they're not extinct. And the second most
This
common,
stork? No, these are still living, right?
not this type of stork.
Not this type. Okay.
This is extinct.
Wow, look at the bill on that. Okay, Aaron eagle. That's a little eagle, isn't it?
Yep.
It's called a fragile eagle.
Yep. Well, you can
Small
see
extinct eagle. Wow, it's very tiny.
and again, this is the Territory. That was the biggest bird.
How
during
how
the
large
Ice
is that
Age.
wingspan?
Well, they can get up to 10 to 12 feet.
10 to 12 feet wingspan.
Mhm.
Wow, I'm 6 foot, so that's two.
I think a
Wow.
modern condor,
Mhm.
about 8 maybe.
Okay, so they're a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Wow. Very cool. Cool deal. So this mammoth, you said that the tusks are not real.
Tusks are not real because they'd be so heavy. If they were real, we'd have to have scaffolding to hold them up.
Makes
But
sense.
most of the, if not all of the bones are real.
Wow, that's a large animal. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Very nice of him to give me a little tour. This is really cool. So this is the Columbian mammoth. That is a really, really large animal. Wow. Let's see what else we got here in the LaBrea tar pits. So this is cool. These are 2 adult-sized mammoths. This is, I guess, the regular mammoth, or what's called the Columbian mammoth. That's its jaw, and that's a pygmy mammoth. So such a vast difference in the sizes of those animals. This is the pygmy mammoth again. I guess they were smaller, so it says The smaller mammoths have the advantage. They ate less food and were more agile, navigating terrain more easily than the massive mainline cousins. So these little mammoths lived on islands. This is a ground sloth. Okay. This is a ground sloth. Interesting. It says the small ground sloth had a tubular shaped snout and fewer teeth than the larger sloths. The structures of its teeth suggest it was a browser feeding on leaves or shrubs. Fossil dung found in Arizona and Nevada supports this view. Okay. It's a ground sloth. Try to get some more of that in there. Okay, that is, I guess, what it would have actually looked like. It's a big animal. The Colombian mammoth. See what's some facts about this. Colombian mammoths made their home in many parts of North America. Scientists find their remains in western and southeastern United States as far as Central America. That's a really, really big animal. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Invertebrates. Wasn't expecting to see invertebrates here. Invertebrates. It says about 100 species of insects, millipedes, and spiders have been identified from the 100,000 arthropod fossils that have been recovered. Okay. So I guess everything that gets stuck here gets stuck. These are different invertebrates that got found here. Everything from a dragonfly to freshwater snails, a clam. Wow. A stink beetle. Very interesting. Okay. See what else? Plants. 4 different plant communities can be recognized from the fossil evidence. Okay. A California walnut. That's cool. I eat walnuts all the time. A pine. Okay. And cypress. Very cool. Those are just some of them there. Well, maybe that's 3. Okay. The dwarf antelope. That is a tiny little antelope. Reconstructed soft tissues. That's cool to see what it would have looked like structurally. Very little. It says the modern antelope can run as fast as 65 kilometers per hour and jump up to 6 meters. Wow, that's a heck of an athlete. Okay. Attachment for large muscles. Wow, look at that. That's a saber-toothed cat. Wow, that's impressive. It says several juvenile saber-toothed skeletons have been found in cave deposits near San Antonio, Texas, with the remains of many young mammoths and mastodons. The skeletons of these animals were scattered, and many of the bones bear tooth marks. Stab and slice. Powerful, powerful animal. So this one was a juvenile, I'm assuming. Powerful animal. These are some more skeletal remains. This is the dire wolf. California turkey. This is the old school bison. That's the molar of I believe a woolly mammoth, imperial mammoth. Sorry. Dire wolf bones. A young adult and a juvenile California saber-toothed cats. Smilodon californicus. It says most mammoths have 2 sets of teeth during their life: milk baby teeth and permanent adult teeth. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. The American lion. Okay. This is a black bear. A giant condor wing. Molars, premolars. A dire wolf jaw. Wow, they have so many animals here. So minerals and rocks. They have freshwater snails, sloth skin bones. Wow. An extinct camel jaw. Shasta ground sloth. Bones of small birds. Seeds and pods. Then you got your insects there. They got so many different animals here. It's pretty impressive. Lots of kids here. California saber-tooth. I like this. It says, although the fossil deposits at LaBrea provide a wealth of information about past life, it is far from a complete picture. New materials are continuously being discovered. Each new fact may require us to completely restructure our previous concepts about environment. Okay. So basically what scientists are admitting is they don't have all the facts. They're just speculating sometimes. Speculation is not fact. Okay, diet. Scientists can determine the diet of extinct herbivores by examining the microscopic plant fragments trapped in their teeth, as seen in the picture above. Okay. Modern camel jaw. I guess in there they have the fragments of plant stuff. Okay, there's fragments in there of plant matter. Very interesting. Let's see what else we got here. We have a bison. It says the antique bison. It says scientists can examine the fossils of an animal to learn about their behaviors. The antique bison fossils found at LaBrea pits fall into distinct categories. Ages 2 to 4 months, ages 14 to 16 months, each separated by about a year. This pattern suggests that the bison did not live in the Los Angeles basin year-round, but migrated here annually where grass was plentiful. Okay. American mastodon. Shorter and stockier than their mammoth cousins, mastodons separated from the rest of the family supposedly millions of years ago. Again, I don't believe in evolution. Though similar to mammoths, mastodons changed skull and shape as they adapted. At one time, mastodons ranged from Europe to North America. However, during the late Ice Age, only the American mastodon still survived. Fascinating creature. Let's see here what it's like to be trapped in tar. This is a cool thing here. If you want to come here and actually experience what it's like, my goodness, that is really, really strong. Wow. I didn't realize tar was that strong. That was, no wonder anything that got stuck in that dive. And if you wait a lot, you were just going to sink. That is no joke. Okay, these are more American mastodon. I guess some of these are real bones. Some of them, the tusk he said are not, but I'm not sure for these ones. But this is more about the American mastodon. And yeah, this is kind of the museum. It's kind of like a big circle, and then you go into like a big loop. And this is kind of the LaBrea Tar Pits Museum. This looks like I'm not sure which one this is here. This is a ground sloth. Please touch. Okay, this is a ground sloth. I don't know if that's a replica. It says they weighed about 1,500 pounds and they were over 9 feet. They were considered a medium-sized ground sloth. The largest species could be nearly 20 feet in length. Wow. 20 feet is huge. Okay. Very interesting. So that is a ground sloth. And then if we come here, we got this area here. But let's see. I don't know what's outside. I've never actually been here. So let's see. I don't know if this is just kind of a little hangout area. I don't know if there's anything here necessary to see, but we're going to find out. But yeah, this is a really fun place to come. If you ever come to the LaBrea Tar Pits, you kind of come to these areas and you just can kind of hang out. Let's see here. Please do not climb on rocks. I see. So this is just kind of like a little area that you could come in. Let me see if I could get some more footage of the front of the different animals, because I had all these people walking earlier. This is the front desk. Then if you want to buy souvenirs, I guess they got an Ice Age movie going. If you want to buy souvenirs, you can come here. They have different snacks and treats. It's kind of cool. You can buy little stuff here. It's kind of cool. Got like a little gift shop. That's cool. A little Lego kit. That's kind of creative. I like that. But yeah, this is the LaBrea tar pits. Then you come outside and there's just different things you could see outside as well. But this is kind of the gist of it. This is kind of the gist of the LaBrea tar pits. You come here, yeah, and then you get to check everything out and see it. And then they just have different items kind of laying around. I guess the different things if you want to see it. I don't know what's at the top here. Let's take a look and see. So this is the top area of the LaBrea tar pits. Let's see what it looks like. I guess this is like if you want a top view. This is what this looks like up here. That's really pretty. That's the top view of the LaBrea tar pits. And then, oh, I guess you can come down here and walk back to your vehicles where you parked. But yeah, that's the LaBrea tar pits in a nutshell. I hope you all enjoyed it. This is a part of the beautiful LA area. See you all soon.